Have you ever just looked at your dog and really wondered what's it actually like through their eyes? We share our homes, our lives, pretty much everything with them. But the one thing we don't share, it's how we see the world.
So for a long, long time, we all kind of bought into this idea, right? That dogs see the world like an old black and white movie. But is that really the whole story? Is that vibrant, goofy personality of theirs really living in a world of just gray?
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we need to look at how seeing color even works. And the secret, well, it's all tucked away in the back of our eyes in these tiny, amazing little cells called cones. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. We humans, we're what's called trichromatic. It's a fancy word, but all it means is we have three types of these cones. One for red, one for green, and one for blue. And with those three, we can see this incredible spectrum of millions of colors. Now dogs, they're dichromatic. They've only got two types of cones to work with.
So, what does having only two cones, being dichromatic, actually mean for a dog? Well, it means their world isn't black and white at all. Instead, think of it like their visual world is painted with a totally different set of crayons. Theirs are mostly blues and yellows. What's missing? The ability to tell the difference between reds and greens. So yeah, it's definitely not grayscale, but it is a very, very different rainbow than ours.
Let me give you a perfect example. We've all done this, right? You're out at the park, you've got that classic bright red ball. For us, it's a no-brainer. That red just screams against the green grass. You can't miss it. But now, look what happens from your dog's perspective. That bright red ball, it just disappears. It turns into this dull, brownish gray that blends right into the grass. Suddenly, what we think is a super simple game of fetch is actually a pretty tough challenge for them. They're searching for something that's practically camouflaged.
So, this is super important. It doesn't mean their vision is worse than ours, not at all. It's just different. Think of it like a series of evolutionary trade-offs. What they gave up in seeing a full spectrum of color, they gained in other areas that are way more important for their survival.
Okay, let's talk about sharpness, what the eye doctor calls visual acuity. You know how we all want that perfect 20/20 vision? Well, your dog's vision is typically around 20/75. But what on earth does a number like 20/75 actually mean when you're just, living life?
Well, let's put it this way. Imagine you're looking at a person standing about 75 feet away from you. With good vision, you can probably see them pretty clearly, right? You can make out their face, maybe what color shirt they're wearing.
Now, for your dog to see that same person with the same amount of detail, they would need to be all the way up at 20 feet. So for them, the world in the distance is just, well, it's blurrier, a little less crisp, a little softer around the edges.
And that right there is why your dog gets so excited when they see you from way across the dog park. It's not because they can see the details of your face. Nope, they're recognizing your outline, your shape, and especially the unique way that you walk. For them, it's all about your signature moves. Okay, but remember that trade-off we talked about? Here's where they get a legitimate superpower. Because where they lose a little bit of daytime detail, they become absolute masters of the twilight. When the lights go down, their world is just getting started. So what's their secret? It's this incredible piece of biological tech called the Tapetum Lucidum. That's a mouthful, I know, but basically it's like a built-in mirror behind their retina. It takes any little bit of available light, bounces it back, and gives their eyes a second chance to capture it. It's like recycling light. You've definitely seen this in action. Ever take a picture of your dog at night with the flash on and get that crazy glowing eye effect? Yep, that's it. That's the Tapetum Lucidum working its magic, bouncing that light right back at you. It's literally their night vision system powering up. And the difference is just huge. If you put our low light vision on a scale from 1 to 10, we humans are probably a 3? Maybe a 4 on a good day? Your dog is easily an 8 or a 9. It's a throwback to their ancestors who did most of their hunting at dawn and dusk. Okay, so we've talked color, we've talked sharpness, we've talked superpowers. This is all really cool science, but what can we actually do with it? How can we make our dogs' lives even better? Well, let's circle back to that game of fetch.
Because now that we know what's going on, we can totally level up our game. Forget that red ball that disappears. What if we pick a toy that's in their visual sweet spot? Something in the blue or yellow family. For them, that changes everything.
Just look at the difference. From their perspective, that blue or yellow toy just pops. It stands out like a neon sign. So you're not just buying a toy in a different color. You're actually designing a better, more fun, and way less frustrating game for your buddy. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, first, maybe grab some blue and yellow toys next time you're at the store. And remember, when you're waving from across the field, it's your wave and your walk they see, not your smile. And definitely take a moment to appreciate their amazing night vision. Really, just trying to see the world their way, it's a simple thing, but it can make that incredible bond you have even stronger.
You know, their world isn't less colorful than ours. It's just tuned to a completely different station. It's a world that prioritizes movement, shapes in the twilight, and these brilliant flashes of blue and yellow. So really, the question isn't about what they're missing out on, it's about what we can learn from them. Now that you've had a little peek through their eyes, how's it going to change the way you play together?
All this amazing information, by the way, comes from years and years of dedicated scientific research, which is what helps us get just a little bit closer to understanding the incredible world of our dogs.